Tired of all the noise and speculation in the news? On Hard Fact, we cut through the clutter and get straight to the truth.
If only Fubra has been aware of the boo-boo trap, he would have understood in democracy there are bases for everybody to do accordingly.
Join us as we bring you the stories that matter. We go beyond the headlines to uncover the real facts and the core of every story.
We are doing this, we are doing that. At the end of the day, nothing good will come out. What did they promise us? They will be in charge of security and life and whatever. But what are we getting in return?
With in-depth analysis and experts interviews, Hard Facts delivers the truth that others dare not to reveal. Tune into Hard Facts every weekday, 3 to 6 p.m. and arm yourself with the knowledge you need to navigate today's complex world. Hard Facts, where the truth always prevails.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Let's talk.
And talk we shall. It's a very, very rainy Thursday afternoon. Who would have thought that it would be a rainy day today? I didn't even see it coming. But, oh, well, I did. I think I did because I woke up and I wanted to go for my normal workouts. And I saw the rain and I said, you know what? It doesn't even matter. I went ahead and did my workout. But then, right after, I think I was taking a shower and then the rain just came. It just came heavily and that was it. But I love it. I love cold weather. I'm a big fan of cold weather. I love it. Yeah. Welcome to Hard Facts. My name is Maryann Okon. 7 minutes gone past the 3 o'clock hour. This is where you get the best of news and talk. Yes, of course, even sports. This is the nation's number one talk news and sports radio station, 99.3 Nigeria Info. And this, as I always say, will be your most authentic news experience. You cannot have it anywhere else but here. Well, we're live, facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. We're live on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. And of course, it's time for the big three stories for today. As usual, we look at the stories that are trending on social media, the ones that got you talking, and the stories that are gracing the pages of our newspapers, and most importantly, the ones that make debut on our local bulletins right here on the nation's number one talk news and sports radio station. We make them three, but today I've got four because one's too good to let it go like that. So let's get into the business of the day. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Hard Facts. Once again, my name is Maryann Okon, and this is the big three.
This is the big three.
The Big Three
on Hard Facts
On 99.3 Nigeria Info.
There's a reason why over 1 million people tune into Hard Facts every day. We discuss in-depth stories with sources behind the facts.
The Lagos State High Court has convicted, suspended the Chicago certificate story. It's never going away, is it? Show with stories for the day.
You hear diverse voices and opinions.
Husband was a teacher, and she was meeting campaign with the husband doing that. You should not put happy because there is nothing to happy about. Yeah, it's quite pathetic the way the country is going.
We distinguish each story accurately with analysis.
It's Hard Facts with Maryann Okon on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
All right, let's start with Labour. Minimum wage. Labour dumps negotiations over federal government's 48,000 naira proposal. Well, that's the big story for today. This one says... petition, outraged Nigerians gather signatures against governor-sponsored wedding of Niger State orphans. Do you remember? That story broke last week where the government was going to use taxpayers' monies to organize a wedding for a mass wedding for orphans. And that did not necessarily sit well with a lot of people, especially without Niger State. Not people necessarily within, but mostly outside of Niger State. And I'm guessing a few more people also within Niger State did not like the idea. And so petitions were written. But then I've got an audio and a video. I'm going to play it out here for you to take a look at. When you do see it, you'll understand where I'm coming from. So that's one of the big stories for today. Of course, Mr. President is also in the news. So, hey, let's look at that. The president is talking about mass metering. Yes, of course, our power troubles may be going away sometime soon. Well, this is why. Mass metering. Senate approves Tinubu's $500 million request. The $500 million loan is a part of $7.94 billion loan and £100 million, which President Tinubu requested permission from the National Assembly to obtain last November. So on Wednesday, that's yesterday, the Senate was okaying. In fact, they okayed that loan to be gotten. In fact, the Deputy Senate President Barao Jibrin, who presided over plenary, announced the approval after a majority of lawmakers supported it through a voice note. The loan was considered to and approved by the Committee of the Whole. I've got questions, but one more story. And this is obviously Senator Sen Ndume, who is in the news. He says, our corruption is people-driven. Politicians share what they steal with people. Do you agree with him? Are we part of... Do you think maybe we all have shared from the loot of one politician or the other? Because he's saying, we didn't do it alone. You're part and parcel of us. You know... We steal and we share with you. So if we're going to jail, you come with us. I'm just saying. But I've got an audio of Senator Ndume. I'm going to play that later on. And of course, the issue of mass wedding. I think let's start there. How about that? So here we are. I've got a video of a group that did not necessarily like the idea that the minister said that they were trying to get young children married off. And now they're giving the minister an ultimatum of sorts. Just take a listen. And this video, by the way, is obtained by AIT Online. So take a look at it.
Of his legal action, the secretary of the Imams Forum, Umar Farouk Abdullahi, who made this known at the end of their emergency meeting, also called on President Bola Tinubu to immediately sack the minister, saying she is unfit to serve the nation in that capacity. Arising from a 2-hour emergency meeting, the Forum of Imams and other Islamic organizations in Niger State, in a 4-point resolution, has demanded the immediate sack of the Women Affairs Minister, Uju Kennedy, as well as for President Tinubu to relieve her of her appointment.
She used many words to blackmail Mr. Speaker, to blackmail the Muslims of Niger State, to blackmail the ulamas of Niger State. So this is our stand, the resolutions. 1, we are giving the minister ultimatum of 7 days to withdraw the statement she used against us, against our speaker, against the Muslim community or Muslim leaders of Niger State, that we want to give out the children, we want to force them into marriage, and the children are underage, so that we have contravened the child rights law. So we are giving her the ultimatum to withdraw that statement, or legal action will be taken after that 7 days, inshallah ta'ala, against her.
So he goes on to say that these girls are not as young as the minister has said. In fact, he goes on to say that none of them is younger than 18. And I just want to save you the trouble of having to listen to all of it. But I'm just wondering to myself, is that what the people of Niger State need? Is that what those orphans, those poor orphans need? Marriage, being married off for some reason. Is that what they really do need at this point in time? It's the question that we're asking. I will play it again. For those of you who are watching us, we're live, facebook.com/Nigeria Info. We're also live on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. I'll play that again, but take a listen to what Senator Sen Ndume had to say. It's a very interesting day, I tell you.
Let me tell you, point blank, if death penalty is supposed to be included in corruption too, I will support it. But you don't go, somebody that stole 1 million, you go and kill him. And then somebody that stole 1 billion, you go and kill him. No, but I'm in support of saying you have progressive. If you steal 1 billion, maybe you go to life imprisonment or imprisonment for 20 years. I support that. But if you go and steal, like some people are hearing 1 trillion and government's money, that means you have deprived so many people. No, that person should be killed. But let's start with the drugs, because it's the most important one. And then if the politicians or public servants or whoever is engaged in corruption, we should start for the financial criminals, that are causing dollar to go up, that are doing, what do they call it, money laundering within them, the banks, that are charging people anyhow, and then they are not accounting for that people. Before you come to us politicians, I know that is the direction you are going. We politicians, even if you call us anything, if you compare us to all the corruption, our own is a very small one. Our corruption is people-driven. You steal all the money, you go and share it with the people. If you don't, you are not coming back after 4 years.
Oh, my goodness. It's a very interesting day, isn't it? 16 minutes gone past the 3 o'clock hour. Senator Sen Ndume there saying that the corruption of politicians is people-driven, that their own is the smallest. Let's start with the money launderers and the banks, he says. Oh, no. Let's face the issue of drugs because that's the most important. What are your thoughts on Senator Sen Ndume's perspective on people-driven corruption when it comes to politicians? And again, I've told you about the government of Niger State sponsoring orphans for a mass wedding. What are your thoughts? And of course, now they're calling for the head of the minister who has called them out for trying to wed children that are underage. Also, the president is asking, or in fact, the Senate has okayed $500 million loan for mass metering. Who's going to probe? Who's going to probe the last mass metering that didn't happen? Monies were taken. Even we had to pay for those meters, but we still haven't received them. Who's going to probe for that one? And who's to say that we're going to get those meters even before the end of this Tinubu administration? What's the guarantee? Big questions. So we're asking for answers. And of course, Labour is also in the news. The Labour is saying that, look, 48,000 is an insult, a slap on our face. And they walked out. Are they being a bit overbearing, or do you think they're on the right track? 0700 993 993 993. That's the number for you to call. 0700 993 993 993. If you're a lady, call 0201 465 7190. Or better still, you can tweet on X. Use the hashtag HardFacts. Join the conversation. If you're listening to us on our website, www.nigeriainfo.fm. You could join the conversation via Skype. That's if you're listening from outside of the country. Yes, and you can join the conversation on our live streams. Post your comments on YouTube and on Facebook. I would love to hear from you. My name's Maryann Okon. This is the Big Three. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Yeah, Maryann, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
This is Obi calling from Ikeja.
Hi, Obi, go ahead.
Yeah, Maryann, you see, when we talk, we journalists will not allow us to talk. You see, Nigeria is a country of different laws for a particular section and laws for different sections. You see, what is happening in the north is really unfortunate. I'm not an AP supporter, but what the woman minister said is very, very correct. If the government can defend her on this, a lot of shenanigans are happening in the north, which is unfortunate. How can you marry off people that you say are orphans? You are not their parents. How do you know their age? Is that their problem? That's really unfortunate. For Sen Ndume, absolute power corrupts us. He's as old as this Fourth Republic. He has overstayed his welcome. That is why he's no longer making sense when he's talking. It's really unfortunate. We should hashtag Sen Ndume must go. Should start immediately. Thank you very much.
All right, Obi. Thank you very much. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts. Dear, apologies. Do call us back. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello, Maryann. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
This is Happiness from Ikorodu.
Hi, Happiness.
Yeah, Maryann, the mass wedding stuff. The man is not even talking about empowering the children or taking them to school. Is marriage, is that their problem?
And that's why I asked. Is that the maybe the only way out of their problems there in Niger State by marrying them off? So maybe they might get a better life. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Then if that's the problem, in fact, it's a shame on them.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for calling. Sunday is calling us. Hello, Sunday.
Yeah, good afternoon, Miriam. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Yes, you see, it has been a culture. If you ask me, I was part of the North. I grew up in the North, but majorly I'm from North Central.
Okay.
Miriam, you see, let us tell ourselves the fact. You see, this culture has been the heritage, the gene of these Northerners. when you speak, it looks as if you are degrading them. But what has been your culture has been your culture. Not today, not
Is
yesterday.
it really a culture? Is it really a culture? Because I don't think it's a culture. Is it really? I mean, it's debatable to say that that's the general way of life of Northerners. I think that's too blanket.
Maryann, what is a culture? That's the question. That particular thing you are born in, and you are always familiar with doing it, and you take it as heritage. That's a culture. And this is what the Northerners, when it come up, they do it. They can give underage for marriage. And they see it as nothing. But in other part of Nigeria, it's a taboo.
Okay. All right.
So this is what we are saying. But in this case, talking about the woman herself, it shouldn't be punished. She made her opinion known. And that is how it is.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Sunday, for calling. Mrs. Aboli is on the line. Hello, Mrs. Aboli.
Hi, Maryann. Good evening.
Hi, how are you?
Good afternoon. I'm not fine, Maryann. Wait,
what happened?
Did I just hear that you said Senator Ndume said what? Maryann.
I didn't say that he said. He said it. Did not hear his voice?
I heard it. I'm just trying to confirm. Is it justifying corruption? So corruption can be in different phases. It's metamorphosized. 1 million, 1 billion, 1 trillion. And this man is just... Maryann, they're supposed to close this. They're supposed to lock this man for jail, honestly. And he's even justified by saying that it's people-driven. Are we really serious in this country?
Mr. Boli, can you tell me with your whole heart that there's no somebody that is in government that you have not collected a gift from?
Maryann, I can tell with my full chest. With my full chest.
Okay.
Like, it's even classifying it
because you haven't. And I'm not holding brief for Senator Ndume, but because you haven't doesn't mean that some politician has not given your friend, your neighbor. But does he not have a point that because the truth is, I remember under the Jonathan administration, we started this whole "it's my brother, he's our brother, leave him," and we do it all the time. We did it before this election. So is it not people driven? Are we not the ones who are supporting these people to steal our public monies?
Maryann, look at what he's even saying. Like, okay, I agree, but really, should two wrongs make a right?
Absolutely not.
Question.
No, absolutely
not. Look at what
not.
he's even saying, that if there's still 1 million, they should imprison them. Is it the judge and the jury at the same time? Is he kidding me?
He's a lawmaker.
He's a lawmaker. He's a chief whip. He should be whipped first. What happens to a chief whip that does not know his place? He ought to be whipped.
Okay.
NLC, those ones, they have the art drama. I don't even understand, honestly. This going back and forth, they should just sit down in one place and negotiate. 615 is not possible, but the government can do better as far as I'm concerned. Then thank God for this women minister, although I not to like her, she not be my party, but for the first time she's making sense.
Okay.
If you marry these people off on taxpayers' money,
I have to let you go
when they get to their husband's house.
All right.
They vex, so
thank you very much, Mrs. Obole. I have to let you go. Robert is calling us from Lagos. Hello, Robert.
Good afternoon, Maryann.
How do you do?
In the north, they have a penal code, while in the south here, we have a criminal code.
Absolutely.
In the same country, practicing different law. What we term as rape here in the south is not what they term as rape in the north. All these things are what we read in secondary school. And we are in the same country. Okay, how did the United Nations Organization define a child? An adolescent, an adult. You are giving children for marriage in a country. Somebody raise an alarm, you say the parents will come and apologize. I mean, that kind of practice is illegal. The government should come on that. Okay. And let me quickly talk about the 500 billion naira loan that the Senate approved from World Bank.
Okay.
So they approved 500 billion naira loan for this government, and they still want to put eye on people's pension. God will not forgive these people, honestly. Thank you very much.
All right, Robert, thank you very much for calling. It's still the nation's #1 talk news and sports radio station. If you're just joining us, the program is Hard Facts, and this is...
It's the Big Three.
The Big Three.
Yes, of course. We're looking at the big three stories, but today we have 4 of them. And top on the list is that Mr. President has been given an approval, a nod, to take $500 million dollar loan, yes, for mass metering. That's what we hear it's for. Mass metering. Might this solve in fact, let me ask it this way. Could our electricity problems be on the way out? I'm asking. Again, The monies that were approved before for mass metering, because the NERC is not going to sit there and tell me that there was no time that mass metering was promised to us. Yes, it was. And that's why a lot of us were hoping that we'll all get meters. And then down the line, there were no meters. Until today, some people are still waiting to be metered. Is it going to be probed before we start pushing more money into that part? Are we still going to sit back and just allow things to continue to be garbage in and garbage out? But I want to go back to what Senator Sen Ndume has said. Is it true that we are part of the reasons why politicians steal? I'll tell you why I'm asking this question over and over again. My father used to work he was the chief press secretary to a local government chairman at the time. I think I was in uni at the time. I think my first year. Yeah, I think so. And one of the most intriguing things for me was that every time you went to this man's house, as early can be, there were people lining outside his house, maybe looking for money to pay their house rent, money to take to buy food, money to pay their children's school fees. They were always there for money, or some of them just show up to eat. Where do you think this man gets the money from to feed these people? In fact, the man who he took over from used to literally throw a party, like cook big pots and share. People will come and eat. So you obviously were sure that if you went to the local government chairman, the Calabar South local government chairman's house, you would find food. But then you never stop to think about where that money comes from. How much does he earn? So it means that you're going to force him to steal, because if he doesn't give you, you will not like him. But I would probably want to be that local government chairman that would say, please, where do you expect me to get this money from? But no, we don't ask those questions. But then we want them to be hung. Maybe Sen Ndume does have a point. But should we be prioritizing killing people who are manufacturing drugs, hard drugs, selling, peddling it, and then overlooking the fact that people are stealing from our coffers? And that's in that way, our children are dead, our children are dying, or something else is happening. I'll take a quick break, because when we come back, we'll talk more.
This is the Big Three.
The Big Three. On Hard Facts.
On 99.3 Nigeria.
Millions of listeners trust us on Hard Facts. Whether it's politics, social issues, controversies, and trending stories. You know we're credible and objective.
It's Hard Facts with me.
How can we ever forget that when 4 men proposed to you?
Yes, so Kayode, Emeka, Kingsley, and even Muhammad. In fact, I was asking God when.
Good. Now here is the gist. Another dating party is coming. A large gathering of singles in Nigeria, and I believe that it is your time to meet Mr. or Mrs. Right. I said I didn't tell you. Date is Sunday,
26th of May,
2024. Time is 4 p.m. The dress code is all white. To register, visit www.intimacyclinic.org/upcoming event or call 0818-457-5377. If you are single and you want to mingle, don't just miss this for anything. It's gonna be loud. For sponsorship, call 0818-457-5377. Let's go there.
Go for gold, Terra Gold Q, the amazing consistent taste for cooking mouth-watering soups, stews, and jollof. Choose wisely. Choose Gold. Terra Gold Seasoning Cube.
1 cube. Endless possibilities. Terra Gold.
Mental sports, mental sports, mental sports. A new and unique kind of sporting event is in town. How fast and accurately can you answer a factual math question like 34 multiplied by 81 divided by 12 without a calculator, paper, or pen? Children's Day Great Mental Sports Bonanza is a fun, game, and competitive event fashioned to make youngsters in upper primary, junior, and senior secondary discover and grow their mental calculations and active memory abilities whilst having fun and winning lots of prizes and medals. Watch greatness perform live and learn new tricks from him. Lagosians, go to www.greatmentalsports.com to register. Build your mental muscles by participating in the quiz session. Participation is free. The venue will be sent via email. For sponsorship, please call 0706 085 0698 or send an email to antonio@greatmentalsports.com. Media partners Wazobia FM and Nigeria Info.
Journalism, bridging the gap between people and those in authority. With Hard Facts, you are sure to get only the facts.
Tune in to Hard Facts with Maryann Okon on 99.3 Nigeria Info. This is the Big Three.
The Big Three on Hard Facts
on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
All right, we're back. It's still the Big Three on Hard Facts, 99.3 Nigeria Info. We're broadcasting live from our audio-visual studios right here in It's Me and Crescent, Victoria Island, Lagos. My name is Maryann Okon, and if you're listening and watching us from social media, which is on our Facebook Live, we are Nigeria Info FM on Facebook. We're Nigeria Info FM on YouTube. Post your comments on our live stream because we'd like to hear from you. You can also join the conversation on Twitter. That's X. Use the hashtag HardFacts. Send me a WhatsApp message 0809 5975805, or you could join the conversation via Skype. If you're listening from outside of the country via our app or any other mobile app, join the conversation with Nigeria Info FM on Skype. So go ahead and call us. But I want to go back to the phone lines, take a few calls, and then we'll go to WhatsApp. Are you ready? All right, let's go. Don't forget, I did promise I'm going to play that video again about the people of Niger State calling for the head of the minister because she said that a mass wedding, obviously, is not what these children need because they are children and that they are the word is obviously that they have, one way or the other, infringed on the rights of these children in terms of the Child's Right Act. All right, join the conversation. 0700 993 993 993. That's 0700 993 993 993. You can call 0201 465 7190 if you are a lady. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello, good afternoon, Maryann.
Good afternoon.
Amaka. This is Joy from Eba.
Hi, Joy.
Ekojo.
Thanks.
You said you like rain, so I also like rain. The weather is very cool.
I love it. I love the weather.
That is it.
Yeah.
That is it. So about labor, the minimum wage they are saying is too small now. There is no money. 48. What is 48,000? Compared with transport, food, and so on, it's not encouraging. Federal government should do something. They went to Niger. Before I like Uju, but Uju is right in what she said. So the Niger people should not. We will take president to sack her. That is not how to do something. These children by now supposed to be in the school. They have to be in the school. Why forcing them to go and marry? Is marriage the option? Is it what is going to solve the problem? Forcing them to go to marry, put them in a family way. It's not the best.
Okay.
And for Ndume, if that man is not because he has stayed long in that place, that's why he doesn't know what he's saying.
Okay.
If you see any other person in his constituency, let him go and rest, please.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for calling. All right, guys, let's go back to that video. I just want to, for the benefit of those who were not there when we were talking about it or when we played it, this video is courtesy of AIT Online. I'm going to play it right now for those of you who are watching us live on YouTube and Facebook. Take a listen and then, of course, tell me what you think. I'm going to go first to Niger State, and then, of course, we'll go to Senator Sen Ndume.
Office legal action.
All right.
Meeting also called she is on capacity arising from a 2-hour emergency meeting. The Forum of Imams and other Islamic organizations in Niger State, in a 4-point resolution, has demanded the immediate sack of the Women Affairs Minister Ojo Kennedy, as well as for President Tinubu to relieve her of her appointment.
She used many words to blackmail Mr. Speaker, to blackmail the Muslims of Niger State, to blackmail the ulamas of Niger State. So this is our stand, the resolutions. 1, we are giving the minister ultimatum of 7 days to withdraw the statement she used against us, against our speaker, against the Muslim community or Muslim leaders of Niger State, that we want to give out the children, we want to force them into marriage, and the children are underage, so that we have contravened the child rights law. So we are giving her the ultimatum to withdraw that statement, or legal action will be taken after that 7 days, inshallah, against her. 3, we also call on Mr. President to use his good office and sack that woman from the office. She's not qualified to be a minister in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. She's not qualified to be a member in the Executive Council of Nigeria. So she should be sacked and removed from the office.
According to the Secretary, Imams.
Okay, so that's the Secretary of Imams. These are religious leaders. This is not even a politician or anything that you'd say, okay, these politicians. These are people that are supposed to be upholding the religious beliefs of the land and, most importantly, protecting these children. I'm sure that in every religion, children are loved and protected, in every single religion across the world, whatever it may be. But the fact that these ones are asking for a minister who's looking out for kids, who's saying, look, is this the biggest problem that we have in this country? Marriage. Is this the biggest problems that these orphans have? So they don't have any future. They have no dreams. None of them wants to be a tech expert. None wants to be a doctor. None wants to be a journalist. None wants to be an entrepreneur. None. They just want to get married. Was there a poll? Did they ask these children what they really absolutely wanted? Or this is just another way of giving these children off in marriage? Is it because someone called this afternoon and said it's a belief system? It's a tradition. It's a culture. I don't want to believe that every single person in Niger State buys this idea of using taxpayers' money, most importantly, to give a mass wedding of young children. I don't know what your thoughts are, but if you're watching us live on YouTube, go ahead and post your comments on our Facebook Live. I'd like to hear from you. Skype callers, you can now call us. We'd like to hear from you. And of course, here's Senator Sen Ndume quickly, what he had to say about us being part and parcel of the corruption in Nigeria.
Penalty is supposed to be included in corruption. I will support it. But you don't go, somebody that stole 1 million, you go and kill him. And then somebody that stole 1 billion, you go and kill him. No, but I'm in support of saying you have progressive. If you steal 1 billion, maybe you go to life imprisonment or imprisonment for 20 years. I support that. But if you go and steal, like some people here in 1 trillion and the government's money, that means you have deprived so many people. No, that person should be killed. But let's start with the drugs, because it's the most important one. And then if the politicians or public servants or whoever is engaged in corruption, we should start for the financial criminals, that are causing dollar to go up, that are doing, what do they call it, money laundering within them, the banks, that are charging people anyhow, and then they are not accounting for that people. Before you come to us politicians, I know that is the direction you are going. We politicians, even if you call us anything, if you compare us to all the corruption, our own is a very small one. Our corruption is people-driven. You steal all the money, you go and share it with the people. If you don't, you are not coming back after 4 years.
Does he have a point? If you steal the money, you have to share it with the people. If you don't, you're not coming back after 4 years. Does he have a point? Or is he just speaking gibberish? Let's go back to the phone lines, Lagos, shall we? Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello?
Yes, good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling
from?
from?
Maryann.
Yes.
This is Malik speaking.
Go ahead. You got 60 seconds, Malik.
Yeah. Maryann, you can see how Nigeria, to make headway, is a problem. The money budgeted for meter formerly. Now they not talk about it. That one is gone. And now they want to budget 500 something million, right? At the end of the day, the meter will get to some microscopic few. You not get to the majority. That money is gone. But Sen Ndume, well, he has said his own. What do you expect? When those that are following the politician are eating the money for the child, you don't say them to steal. Good afternoon.
Thank you very much, Malik, for calling. Let's take a look at WhatsApp. Steve from Ijaniki says, I've never seen a country where leaders have this type of crude effrontery and insincerity in tackling their people's problems. Now that they're wasting people's time with so-called talks on minimum wage, the NLC should insist that the government and members in the negotiation team give them a breakdown on how an average household will survive on government's proposal, backing it up with their own household expenses. That's the politicians themselves. They really know how to waste the time of the ordinary man and indeed rain insults on citizens with impunity. The rigmaroling shall continue till another election cycle when they frame up beautiful, deceitful lies to tell those who are gullible enough. And it shall be stories, stories, stories. My people, sorry you. Steve, thank you for your message. Succinctly put. This one said Mariana. Who says my name is Mariana? This one says, I think I will relocate to Niger State, so I will marry three women among them. Since come, Daniel from Igondo. No, we're not. See, child marriage is not allowed here, so let's not even play about it. Okay? He says Nigeria Labour Congress are still playing. Let them be playing because they're confused and we have lost our hope in them. Yes, it's true. Politicians don't lie low. They have low corruption according to the audio you played. Thank you, Nigeria. I'm sure you mean I hail this country with the wicked APC regime government. My name is Daniel. Okay. This one says Senator Maryann Okon is just too clever by half. That institution called the National Assembly has historically been known to always be on the defensive each and every time darts are thrown at them. They never admit to wrongdoing, including the obvious ones, so no surprises there. No right-thinking person should be alarmed by his comments. Richard from Lagos. Thank you, Richard. This one says, let's see. Toby from Ikoton says, what an insult to civil servants at 48,000. This government, no welfare packages for workers at all. NLC must not agree. Can't just believe the disparities between politicians and workers in welfare packages. Government should just stop sponsoring marriages. If you don't get money to marry, then stay single. Even pilgrimages, sponsorships by government should be a crime. I totally agree with you. And I scream about this all the time. I think it's a stupid thing for you to take monies and fund people to go and visit their gods or worship their gods. It's a personal thing. Why should government be paying for it? Shut down every pilgrimage, whether it's Jerusalem or it's Hajj. Shut it down. Let's use that money for better things. Look at people are hungry and you're going to Hajj. For what? You're going to Jerusalem pilgrimage. Are we jokers? Anyway, Toby, he says Sen Ndume is just trying to justify corruption, whether it's people-driven or not. We all know money can't be stolen by political office holders without civil servants being involved. Now you're agreeing with him, aren't you? Lucky Lola here says, Maryann Okon must go. He should be ashamed of his reckless statement and his is unbecoming of a senator. Nigerian politicians always defend their wickedness. Just imagine what a ranking senator, according to them, is saying. I don't blame him. He's lucky he's from Nigeria. Let him try such in China or other countries that their laws on corruption is very rigid. Okay. Senator Maryann Okon here says, this one says, Senator Maryann Okon said that Nigerian politicians only steal money to share with the people. Invariably, stealing and looting of public funds is not a crime in Nigeria. Honestly, our politicians need psychiatric evaluation and tutorials on how to talk in public. Timothy, You know, I've I've volunteered over and over and over again to train handlers of our politicians. I will do it for them at a meager cost, not expensive, to help them in public speaking, because none of them know how to speak in public. It's very sad. Yeah. And this is like a real thing. You have handlers as a politician, so you don't go there and just say anything that you like, but they won't want to. And that's because in Nigeria, anything goes, right? This one says, Ndume statements, the kind of law carried on embezzlers abroad should be done here too. Most Northerners use this illegal act to cover up their responsibilities to carry on childhood and covering up with Islamic laws on marriage. Okay, Mustafa, thank you for your message. This one says, Ziggy says the politicians don't lie and the people in government don't lie. According to APC and the people in power, they don't lie. So what you get from a government that doesn't know what they are doing? As for Niger State, they don't know what to do for people rather than wedding masses of people. That's the problem of our country, because we don't rise up and condemn all evil things this government do. That is why they're still in power and suffering the masses as if we don't know how to read simple English. Nigeria is the headquarters of power, according to United Nations. What a shame. APC government has finished this country. All right. So this is Dumpy saying he's gisting me like Ziggy. All right, I want to go to Facebook and YouTube Live to read your comments also. I have 6 minutes on the clock. I might be able to take a few more calls when I'm done with Facebook. But I need to make sure that everyone's carried along. Daya Dada here says, I want to ask, can the corrupt fight corruption? What do you expect from... you send me the same message all the time, Daya. Let's try for something. Let's try something new, eh? You always talk about cash and carry government, INEC, judiciary, governors, mortuary. Try something else, okay? Okay. Obiajulu Wadone Neil says, this is absurdly absurd. This secretary calling for the sack of the minister. I can bet that his daughters are in school studying. May God help us. Tunde Taiwo here says, Senator Ndume is speaking sense. If you as a person don't go to politicians, most go on the weekend when they are around. If you don't go, they would call you, and that money they will give you will not be used for anything than to carry women, borrowing money from... I don't understand, Taiwo, but I'm sure you mean that, if we don't go begging, we probably would not, have these senators stealing. Well, I think I understand where you're coming from. Thank you very much for your thoughts there. Let me see if we got messages on our YouTube Live. Falake here on YouTube Live says, Nigerian government is a very funny government. Child marriage. Now, wow. Okay. I want to go back to the phone lines. I've got 4 minutes. Let's see how many calls I can take. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
What are you doing?
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name, sir? Where are you calling from?
My name is Jabin. I'm calling from the location.
Go ahead. You have 60 seconds.
Okay. About the marriage in Niger State. It's not Niger people. It is a set of Muslim community. So they should not mix it. It's not Niger people.
Sir. Hold on. Let me educate you. The first story that hit was that the government was approving monies for mass wedding. So it is the government of Niger State. You can't also separate or divorce that from the issue.
I understand that. The people that are insisting that the minister should, because the Niger State government is the one approving the money, but they are set of people, not the whole Niger people. They are set. Those set of people, they are the Muslim people in that state that are the one insisting that the minister should resign now. I hope you get it. So when
that's not news. That's not news to us. The people that are asking that the minister resigns is a group of imams. Yeah. That's not news. What exactly is your take? Your time is almost up.
So it's those set of people, and you see that is their religion. Those people is their religion, and it's going to be a problem in this country because we don't know how to deal with this sort of situation.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. Your time is up. Joy is calling us. Hello, Joy.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Beautiful sister.
Market
Good morning.
woman. How you doing?
Good afternoon.
When they fall now, they enjoy. They say good morning.
Ojo Ibukuni. I know my time is counting. See, this Niger State issue about marrying younger ones. What about the parents of the children? What are they saying about this matter? Did all of them kick against it? Did they?
I'm guessing that they're okay with it. That's why a government is okay with using taxpayers' monies to marry girls off. It's crazy.
Once they're happy with it, that's no issue for us again. Because somebody cannot come and marry my little girl out. It's not possible now.
Okay.
They enjoy it. Then again, about the politicians that said people drove them to do all those things. Maryann, I agree with him. Because if nobody collects anything from them, and hold them accountable for the money they are stealing in this country, I think the country will be better. There are many people.
All right. Your 60 seconds is over.
That support them to do all these things.
All right. Thanks, market woman, for calling. Rapper Chico is on the line. Hello.
Yeah, Ndekado.
Dede.
Yeah, Ndekado.
I dey here, Campe.
Okay, good. Good to know.
Go ahead.
I want to talk on NLC.
Okay.
And their minimum wage. You know that kind of 48,000 is not encouraged. Let government come out with something meaningful. I think between 70 and 100,000, but not 615 they are requesting. You know?
Okay.
They should focus more on bringing down cost of living. That's what they should focus more.
Okay.
Bringing down cost of living.
All right.
Everybody will be carried around.
All right.
Thank you and God bless.
Thank you very much, Rapper Chico, for keeping to time. I don't have any more time to take calls, so I'm going to go back to WhatsApp to read a few messages and then wrap things up here. Let's see. This one says, federal government moves, let's see, to take 20 trillion from pension funds. No, sir. I'm not talking about pension fund today. I had already spoken about it yesterday. So Mr. Anonymous or Jeremiah from Ikeja, you are too late. Yes. This one says, I support the mass weddings by Niger State government so that we can have more. Yeah, joker, John. I'm not going to read that other part of the message. This one says, Sen Ndume is a joke and it borders on absurdity that politicians are small thieves. Me, no politician don't share rice money for me. On the marriage of orphans, how did they arrive to prove the ages of the orphans? I believe a lot of the girls are underage. Lastly, on labor, they are right to walk out. They shouldn't capitulate. But 600K is too much. It will lead to inflation, obviously. We've got to go for a break at the top of the hour. When we come back on the other side, we're going to be talking about what's happening in Israel and aid that's supposed to get to the people of Gaza. My guests will be joining me via Zoom, one from the United Kingdom and the other from, I think both of them from the United Kingdom, one from Uganda. One is a Ugandan and one is a European. So let's talk about that on the other side of the clock on Global Review. And of course, don't forget, today we're talking constituency projects. You don't want to miss it on the 5 o'clock hour. Stay with us. It's still the nation's #1 talk news and sports radio station, 99.3 Nigeria Info. I am Maryann Okon. We'll be right back.
This is Hard Facts.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.